Welcome to the Impactful Introvert Podcast. I'm your host, Seema Pateel, an introverted business coach and a mom of two. My genius shines in helping introverted women map out a simple and sustainable marketing strategy tailored to their goals and introverted personalities. Every week, I'll share with you how you can simplify your marketing so that it is sustainable. After all, you started your business to serve clients and make an impact, not to master marketing. So, let's jump right in. Welcome to another solo episode. With July here, everyone is talking about how there are only 6 months left in the year and how you should make the most of it. I get the sentiment, but I'm not here for the overwhelm. Anyway, today I'm talking about boundaries in business. The reason I've chosen to talk to you about boundaries now is that summer is upon us. So, if you are a mom like me and in the past, if you have found that managing your business with the summer fun is hard, then this episode will help take some of that stress and overwhelm out. Having a plan on how to manage marketing, sales, and client deliverables along with summer camps for kids and fun pool time and hikes and picnics can help, but only only when you have boundaries set. So, what do I mean by boundaries? Whatever the dictionary definition may be, simply put, a boundary is a conditional action that helps protect your time and energy and sanity. I say conditional action and not consequence because when a boundary is crossed, you take a specific action so that you uphold that boundary. It is often not about consequences. Now, if you're like me, then you need boundaries with other people and with yourself. When you set boundaries, you can show up as your best self, mainly because you know what you need to do when you're feeling pushed against a wall. I've been reading up a little on human design. If you're not aware of human design, then this is a system for understanding your personality. It is gaining popularity recently, so just Google human design or human design aura types and you'll get more information. So, from my learnings about human design, I have understood that as a generator type, that is my type in human design, um, boundaries help me do my best work. It helps me market my offers in a way that takes away the stress, overwhelm, and confusion. The point I want to make here is that setting boundaries helps you show up for every relationship in the best way possible. When you don't communicate your boundaries to your clients upfront or fail to repeatedly hold the boundaries in place because you don't want to mess things up or you don't want to come across as rude, etc., you open yourself up for the so called nightmare clients. I'm not denying that some people just can't understand that you have a way of doing things. Like those people could be labeled as nightmare clients. However, if a client keeps texting or calling you out of office hours because you haven't set clear boundaries with them, then that is on you. This isn't limited to your relationships with clients. You need to set boundaries in every relationship, including the one with yourself. When you plan that you will create content on Monday evenings, but then you choose to do anything except content creation because content creation overwhelms you, then you are not keeping your commitment to yourself. Tell me, what would you do with a client if they didn't deliver on their commitment? You would take certain actions that will help you help them and not create an adverse impact on your work or your work with other clients, on your overall work life balance. So, to avoid having situations where your work life balance is impacted by your work, you have to set boundaries at work. To be able to deliver excellent service, you have to set boundaries with clients. To be able to stick to your plans, you have to set boundaries with yourself and your family. If you want to maintain the marketing momentum you've built since January, then you definitely need to set and uphold some boundaries. Now, before we talk further about boundaries, I want to take a moment and emphasize the importance of planning your marketing for this summer. If you want to enjoy your summer while staying consistent with your marketing, then you need to have a simple marketing plan that doesn't take up all of your time and isn't too complicated and time consuming. When you're doing all the things in business by yourself, because you can't yet justify hiring support, then you have to be very mindful of how you spend your work hours. And planning is the key to this. If you haven't yet planned the marketing for the summer and are feeling like the summer is getting away from you, that you might as well just get back into the swing once kids are back to school, then I want to remind you that you're going to feel the similar feelings again when fall is here. Speaking from experience, you will need until almost end of September because starting school is chaotic, more so if you have multiple kids. And by then, you will start hearing about Black Friday and how you should be preparing for Black Friday marketing. You're again going to start feeling behind. I want the summer to be different, so I have decided to continue marketing, but without spending all of my time on marketing. And I have decided to help you do the same. That is why I'm hosting a challenge called the 5-Hour Sales Boost Challenge starting the 15th of July. This challenge is perfect for you if you find yourself drained by people centric marketing, constant networking, and endless DM conversations. This challenge is designed specifically with introverts in mind. As an introvert myself, I always gravitate towards simple and sustainable marketing strategies. It's about maintaining your marketing momentum with minimal effort, freeing up your time so you can enjoy the summer with your family. This challenge is also perfect if your goal for the summer is to use your time efficiently. We all have few work hours during summer, a lot of daylight time to have fun with our family, but we don't want to spend a lot of time on work or put work on hold. And this challenge helps you manage that time efficiently. You won't need to cut client hours or sacrifice income. Instead, you'll learn to streamline your marketing efforts, fitting everything into just about 5 hours a week. For those who finally started getting traction with their marketing this year, summer can often feel like where things just come to a jarring halt. This challenge ensures that you maintain your momentum without the usual dip in sales that comes from reducing your marketing tasks. By the end of the challenge, you will have a simple and sustainable marketing plan. We will map out a content plan that keeps you top of mind and ensures your services remain relevant whether your clients engage now or as soon as the summer ends. We also will have created a quick connection strategy. Content is crucial, but so are connections. I'll help you create a plan to build and maintain relationships with minimal effort. We will also be working on your lead gen process. Fit within 5 hours per week, you will have a clear step by step process complete with ClickUp templates for added accountability and support. And you'll also have support from me. I'm opening up spaces so that you can ask questions and get the support you need to implement your marketing throughout the week. Here's why you need to sign up now. If you're tired of constantly tweaking your strategy, this challenge focuses solely on implementation. The improvements can wait for after summer. Right now, it's about getting things done. With a solid marketing plan in place, you can fully immerse yourself in the summer fun with your family without the nagging feeling of losing business momentum. This challenge is all about action. No lengthy videos or audios for you to consume. Just practical, hands on tasks that you can dive right into. Don't let summer stress you out or hold back your business. Join the 5-hour sales boost challenge and ensure that your marketing is taken care of so you can enjoy the season to the fullest. Link to sign up for this challenge is in the show notes. Let's get ready for summer where you can have fun and keep your business thriving. I can't wait to see you in the challenge. Let me just add that this narrative about the challenge was created with the help from ChatGPT. I wrote the outline and then I asked it to share a cohesive narrative for me to use, and I think it did a pretty good job. Now that you have helped to map out your summer marketing plan, let's get back to setting boundaries. Like I said earlier, a plan is great, but you need boundaries so that you can implement the plan with little effort. We've talked about why you need boundaries. I want to touch upon what can happen this summer if you either don't have boundaries or don't uphold them. If you don't have boundaries, then in all likelihood, you'll find yourself unable to have fun with your kids and unable to stay consistent in your marketing. You'll also have trouble managing work life balance, whether it is because your clients aren't doing their part on time or because they expect you to work like you have no kids or no life at all. There could be lots of fires to put out, a lot of scrambling to catch up and stay consistent, and a lot of feeling behind constantly. All of these will make your summer experience not that great. I understand that a lot of the kids going back to school funny videos are created in jest, but it may just feel too real in your life. As much as I want my kids in school, I hate the idea of resenting them being at home. And they'll resent me if they realize I resent them being home. Not the best feeling. We didn't start this business so that we could resent it or resent having a family. We started it for freedom, and by not setting boundaries, we got ourselves into a situation where we are unable to enjoy it. So, let's talk about what kind of boundaries we need, especially for the summer. First of all, we need boundaries with ourselves. During the week of the 15th, we will plan and implement your marketing for the following week. At the challenge, there will be others participating in the challenge, and there'll be accountability with me. So, you will more than likely do the tasks. But in the weeks after, you may not feel like it because you don't have anyone else doing it with you. And there are other reasons like lack of motivation, desire to plan longer outings with family, etc., that can keep you from doing the tasks. But since you know that you want to keep your consistency streak and that the marketing plan we are mapping out during the challenge only takes about 5 hours a week, you can set a boundary for work. You can either set aside 3 hours over the weekend and do all the prep and split up the remaining 2 hours over the week in pockets of time to market your services. Or you can commit to working 1 hour every single day before the kids are up or after they are asleep. But you set the boundary that there are these 5 hours that you're only working. That isn't going to be taken up for lounging, spending time with family, or mindless scrolling. And you communicate to your family that you will be working at these specific times. Let me also add that for me personally, it'll take about 10 hours to get the work done during some weeks because I have a lot of thought and they often are not very coherent. Now, I have a plan to handle this. Like, I plan to use Otter AI to transcribe my thoughts and then use ChatGPT to help me create cohesive pieces of content from that transcription. And that can take longer for me because I need to learn prompt creation and teach ChatGPT to write like me. Having this awareness means I'm going to plan to work at least 1 hour each weekday and set aside more time during the weekends when my husband is free and he can take the kids and the dog to the park for a couple of hours or do parts of the grocery shopping for a couple of hours during the weekend. So when Sundays come and everyone is packing up to leave, I won't feel guilt that I am not going. And I won't feel tempted to watch Netflix for a bit because I know I have specific tasks that need to be completed. And if I do not prioritize completing these tasks, then I am admitting that this business is not important to me. I will add that with kids being home, I cook more often. I often cook 3 different meals and prep fresh snacks. It's not every day, but I just feel like trying more things, and not having to pack the food makes me want to be adventurous. So, knowing this, when I plan for the week, I can meal and marketing plan accordingly. I'll, of course, not be cooking 4 times a day next week when I have to prep for the challenge content. In this instance, my boundary is that I do not spontaneously decide to bake instead of creating the challenge content, irrespective of the bananas rotting away. Now, I can't guarantee that I'll not overstep my boundaries. But what if I do? What are my consequences? I'm a content consumer. I love consuming podcasts, YouTube videos, random topics on any where content can be consumed. I am there. So, knowing myself, I'm going to lose this binge time until I'm done with the tasks that I need to complete. It is less of a consequence and more of good time management, but whatever helps me stick to the plan. Please note, I am not trying to push myself into doing the tasks. That doesn't work for me. I have to feel excited to do things so that I can like the results. Otherwise, I'll just have to keep repeating myself, which I hate the most. So, I have to make sure that I do the tasks, but I also tend to not feel like it when it's something that I'm not used to, like that takes a lot of mental power or energy or effort. So, I'm just setting certain boundaries for how I allow myself to take a break, or not even break. It's about how I spend my fun time. Like, I get the fun time, of course, but I have to finish the tasks as well. How I don't permit myself to make excuses for not doing the work. So, what are the boundaries that you are setting with yourself? What are the consequences of overstepping these boundaries? Also, why are you choosing to stay consistent with your marketing this summer? Take out a journal and answer these prompts as soon as you find some time. This will help you when you're not feeling like doing the tasks. It happens a lot for me when the kids are home, so I definitely need to have the highlights from my journal, like, put up in front of me whenever I sit to work. You have to set aside at least 5 hours for marketing each week during summer so that your marketing momentum isn't interrupted. That time is sacred. However, you are allowed to take vacations, so don't make taking vacations wrong. Just make sure that you are aware that that is vacation time and you are going to get back into doing the work as soon as you're back from the vacation. You don't have to plan beforehand and finish everything. Take the break, and that is not necessarily going to break the momentum. However, if you do not get back into the tasks once you're back from vacation, that is going to interrupt your marketing momentum. Next, what kind of boundaries do you need to set with your current clients? What kind of boundaries do you need to set with new clients that you'll be signing during summer? And what boundaries will you be setting with your kids and family in general? With your current clients, you may want to communicate with them that the summer hours are going to be different, that the deliverables remain as scheduled. However, the frequency of communication and response time may vary. You may have to repeat this new information a few times so that your clients aren't burdened with memorizing the revised timelines. This means scheduling a few emails reminding them of this change, or if you already have emails to communicate the project progress, then add a PS that reminds them of the changes. Also, holding up the boundaries, especially at times when it feels like it'll only take a couple of minutes. Yes, it'll only take a couple of minutes, but that can cause a miscommunication with your clients. They may start assuming that your boundaries are not yet in effect, or they may not be serious themselves after that you have new boundaries. So plan how you will handle composing responses when you have minutes to spare, but how those responses will be scheduled to go out at certain times only. Like, go through your entire process and see where clients have not understood a boundary or just not respected one. See how you can communicate it and repeat it so that both you and the clients are on the same page. Set new boundaries if needed so that it is cohesive, it's understandable for them. Again, these boundaries aren't to keep people out, these boundaries are to protect your time, energy, and sanity. If typing all of the thing feels too time consuming for you, go speak into Order AI. They have a free plan and it'll transcribe it for you. Then pop it into ChatGPT for review, and you'll get a well crafted piece that you can add to your emails, blog posts, your welcome packet, etc. Set boundaries for yourself and everyone else so that the summer is fun and so that your marketing doesn't take a backseat and your business doesn't take a backseat. The last thing I'll leave you with today is to sign up for the 5-hour sales boost challenge so that you have a marketing plan that is simple and sustainable for the summer. See you again next week. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Impactful Introvert Podcast. If you want to share your views, opinions, or ask me questions, then please send me a message on Instagram. My handle is Seema Pateel. See you in the next one.